Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Ruby Gill, and I feel honored to welcome you all on behalf of Lovely Professional University for taking a keen part in today's webinar entitled High Profile Career Options in Multimedia. The attendees, I'm sure that you all will feel enriched with the knowledge after the completion of today's webinar. So kindly allow me to introduce the experts. Dr. Prakash Singh, Professor in Management, Dean, School of Social Sciences and Languages, Lovely Professional University. A dynamic professional with a rich and diverse experience of 26 years in the industry with entrepreneurial experience in teaching and research. In his career, he has undertaken, supervised more than 162 academic and 7 consultancy projects, and presented more than 50 research papers in numerous national and international conferences and seminars of repute. To his credit, he has authored 27 books and 40 research papers. And talking about his accolades and laurels, he has been honored with Manufacturing Association Faridabad Award 2014 by Honorable Governor of Haryana and Bharat Vidya Shiromani Award 2011 from India Solidarity Council, New Delhi. Also, he has visited countries like Tanzania, Sri Lanka, and many more for academic and research purposes. He is proud member and chairman of various boards and committees. So, sir, it's a privilege to have you board with us today. Thank you so much for joining us. I would also like to welcome Mr. Sandeep Kumar Singh, Head, Department of Multimedia, Lovely Professional University. A proficient academician with 17 years of expertise in the animation industry since 2005. While channelizing his creative energy into the animation education vertical of the industry, he has contributed to the success of some of the biggest brands like MAAC, Aptech, Reliance Animation, Framebox Animation, Picasso Animation, and so on. And thank you so much, sir, for joining us today. I humbly welcome our alumni of highest caliber and repute, Mr. Rahul Amba, student of Masters in Multimedia, passed out in year 2014 from Lovely Professional University. Currently, he is working as an assistant professor and motion graphic freelancer with an experience of 9 years in academics and industry as well. His expertise lies in motion graphics, film editing, and visual effects. To his credit, he has been awarded as Best Teaching Award in 2019. So, sir, thank you so much for joining us today. I would also like to welcome our admission expert, Mr. Neeraj Sharma, Senior Officer, Lovely Professional University. With an experience of 15 years, his expertise lies in business development, marketing, and product promotion. And attendees today will give you an insight of fee, eligibility, scholarship, which I'm sure will make you save a lot of money. And in addition to that, we'll also be discussing about the infrastructure part of the university. So thank you so much, sir, for joining. So with this, we'll begin today's webinar. So I welcome you all once again to the webinar, and I hope that you all will have a great interaction with our experts. So thank you so much, sir. With this, over to you, Dr. Prakash Singh, sir, for the content of the day.
Thank you, Ruby ma'am. Thank you always for sharing such a pleasant word for all of us. It's indeed a pleasure to sit with Rahul Amba, who has been our alumni and also one of the colleagues. So it goes to show the kind of inputs we are giving in multimedia, which says that we are accepting our own inputs also. Thank you, Rahulamba, for spending your valuable time. I am indeed thankful to Dr. Sandeep, Mr. Sandeep also for joining me in sharing this high profile career options in multimedia. Definitely we'll go through a journey over here and how to take admission and how to further go for the administrative part. Neeraj Sharma will be helping us out in all the course details and others. Thank you, Neeraj. So not doing any further delay. Actually, last 2 or 3 years, what has happened? One is the COVID, but COVID has been too much talked about. But in 2 3 years, what has happened that the physical world has gone and virtual world has taken over. We are more talking to each other through online medium as we are talking to you, dear friends. Earlier, the face-to-face interaction was more important, but now face-to-face through a medium is more important. So what has done is the virtual medium has taken over the careers, the different kind of a thing. Even in education, the edtech companies are coming. When we are talking about pharmacy, people are giving certain disease diagnosis and other things are being done by doctor over online. And engineers are being taught through tutorials or few other through online medium. So what is happening is virtual medium has actually overtaken the physical medium, and we were already into multimedia was where we were talking about different kind of mediums, where we were talking about graphics, animation, gaming and others. And in last few years, because of the screen time, because of our attention to the screen, the time and the options and the avenues needs to be more, so the high profile career options in multimedia has been there. In last couple of years, we had seen that Amazon is hiring, Espenja is hiring multimedia students rather than the coding and other. So they are doing all kind of pipeline work of multimedia, which definitely Sandeep sir will elaborate what are different pipelines of multimedia. But I like to talk about one particular aspect of multimedia, or as such, uh, the World Wide Web or virtual world, which has taken over all of us in last, uh, but say last 1 year or so. Let's move to the first slide, please, Sandeep sir. It's the metaverse. Metaverse, if you recall, Mark Zuckerberg, when he changed the name of Facebook to FP to Metaverse, everybody was thinking, what is Metaverse? So Metaverse is basically a world in virtual world. So it can take many a form. And why I am discussing Metaverse? Because Metaverse is a virtual world where my animation, where my gaming, where my graphics, where my visualizer, where my creative domains all will have their hands. So it is basically a virtual world. There is a philosophical question: are we living when we are awake, or are we living when we are sleeping? So we do not know which world is actually. This is a philosophical question. The same way, metaverse has actually taken over us. Like people who were finding boredom, people who were not finding dynamism in the static world that we are into. So people have gone into metaverse. Many billionaires are investing into it. Microsoft is working into it. Elon Musk is working into it. Jeff Bezos is working into it. So the point is, metaverse is the talk of town, and metaverse is going to be there for the times to come. And what is actually metaverse? Metaverse is nothing but a virtual world which actually exists with me, with Sandeep, with Rahul Amma, with you over there, with avatars. Over here we are human beings, and in virtual world we are called avatars or the characters in over there. But who are going to create those avatars? We are going to create those avatars. And who are we? We are the animators, we are the multimedia people, we are the graphic people, we are the animators, we are the visualizers, we are the creative designers. We'll have to create that kind of a thing. So what is happening? Earlier we were fighting for a space in physical world. Now we are fighting for a space and opportunity into virtual world also. Can we move to the next slide, please, Sandeep sir? There is a difference between internet and metaverse. Metaverse actually doesn't compete with internet. So people may think, okay, what is metaverse? Metaverse is type something, let's go into internet, let's discuss something or something. No, internet is basically a combination of many computers where there is a database somewhere stored, and wherever the database is, when we click in, when we are onto that kind of a connection, we can search that kind of a thing. Let's say uh, uh, most famous baby names. So somewhere on some computer it is saved. Somewhere some database is there. When I am linked to that database and I type it through internet, I can search that kind of data. But what is metaverse? Metaverse is basically a virtual reality. Virtual reality. I think many of us must have seen the movie Kick. In over there, Salman Khan has shown virtual reality. We must have seen the VR goggles or something like that. We are seeing that once we tilt like this simulation or something, the game also goes like that. So it is basically augmented reality, virtual reality, AI, social media, digital currency. Definitely they are having their own digital currency, and we are talking about cryptocurrency in the past. Now they will have their own their own digital currencies, and many corporates have accepted it. Why they corporates? Can we move to the next slide, please? Many companies have accepted it, like IPL. In IPL, Nestle has gone through a immersive experience. Now what is that? That you can't give up. If I have to purchase something, let's say I have to purchase a car, I have to actually go and see the car. But if I am building a metaverse into it, and metaverse for purchasing that car, what is happening is I am giving a real life simulated experience of that car to that person. So what is there in it? The companies which are into experiential selling of goods, they will find huge opportunities to sell products in over there. Like during Valentine, even Mondelez created something. I have requested Sandeep sir to show one video. I hope Sandeep sir will be showing one video for this particular uh, 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 metaverse also, to explain the point further. Can we move to next slide? These are just few examples, Nestle and others. These are Pandora of examples. Mahindra is there, Tanishq is there, the ITC is there, Coke India is there, Tata is there, CA is there. They all have created their metaverse experiences or metaverse applications for the customers to experience. And only yesterday I was searching that if kindly move to the next slide. Consumers are going to start buying the virtual product. That is what I was talking about, that what is going to happen, we are finding places in physical world, so now it is going to be virtual world. So I was going through one slide, one report only yesterday through McKinsey, that why we must opt for metaverse. Isn't it a fade? Fade is something which come and goes away quickly. Is it a fade or is it something to stay? So what is that report saying? The report is saying in 2021, the year which have passed on, the venture capitalist has already provided $13 billion for the virtual metaverse. And in 2020 till 2030, the total investment into metaverse is going to be $5 trillion. Trillion is 9 zeros after one, and then dollar. So you can always imagine the exponential money which is going to be in over there. And in the year which we are into, 2022, the investment till now already is 120 billion. So moving in from 13 billion in 2021, 120 billion till now, and half year is still pending. And moving on to 2030, the the estimated investment in metaverse is going to be 5 trillion. So that's a kind of a huge investment of finance which is going to be there, and which is definitely going to give a boom to high career jobs in multimedia. It is not going to be a small, any ordinary multimedia person or a professional. It is going to be a hugely funded, invested. We have seen the trend, and we have seen uh, uh, the kind of a wave of internet on which Indian entrepreneurs have traveled, starting from Redbus, Practo, Paytm, Stayzilla, which is Oyo, Snapdeal, shop use, and so many. So when Indians were onto the internet wave, I am happening to see, I am very positive to see that on the metaverse also, because we are having huge stronghold in our software domains. All the top software companies have Indians heading them, or Indians at very important place. I am happening to see, or I'm very positive to share that Indians are going to do good in metaverse, and metaverse is going to be altogether a different opportunity rather than the physical opportunity for the multimedia students or multimedia potential people who wish to see multimedia as their career. They will see a huge opportunity into metaverse, and consumer and buyers who are already engaged into this particular metaverse are 59%. That means 59% of the people who are on doing certain kind of e-commerce or who have tasted e-commerce, they 59% are already immersed or have already known or touched metaverse. So that is the huge potential of metaverse in my domain. And the same way, companies, 57% companies are already planning to launch it, or they are aware of metaverse, and they are trying to see metaverse as a coming term or a coming wave for their products to be seen. Next slide will be taken care by, please. The next slide. From here, the avatar creations, the technical part will be taken care by Sandeep sir. Sandeep sir, you can take them to a journey of metaverse and how we are trying to do something
Thank you, sir.
multimedia in our domains. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the elaboration regarding the industry. So from here onwards, I will take you through one of the most top thing about metaverse is called avatars. So avatar is, you know, already. Am I audible to all of you? Well, Rahul sir.
Yes, sir, audible.
So avatar is generally originated from Indian mythology. So avatar is your how do you want to look yourself, you know, on the CGI world or on the virtual world. One of the very close, I would say, closest example for the avatar is if you have played the game PUBG. I think most of the students might have played the PUBG game, or maybe Fortnite also. So there you are given an option to change your look. How do you want to look? You want to give yourself a cowboy look, you want to give some zombie look, you can change your hat and everything. So everything about your I would say persona visually you can change it. That's called avatar. For example, let's say you know, I want to join a video game session with my friends virtually. Let's say one of my friend is not here in India, let's say some other country. So and so there's a virtual world. So there's an app for this. So once you sign up with the app, inside this you are giving a suggestion whether you want to use your own face for that, or else you can change it to your customized different avatar, because you know, there might be some privacy issues. So person might not be willing to use their own photo, their own face. Uh, so they can choose the avatar to participate in that event. It can be a gaming event. It can be a, let's say, some conferences, some marriage event, anything it can be. Maybe some virtual game, like let's say some football game. You want to participate in the football game. So you might have already like played some football games on the PC and PSP. So there was by default faces were there, but there you have a choice now. You can give your own face. You can choose how your character that you want to represent have to look like. So it's a simple concept about the avatar. So lots of companies are coming up for the avatar creation. Means different 3D models. If you see in the screen in the left hand side, that thing is on the left, and on the right at the bottom is you see the characters which are having some faces already. So you can change the dresses also, the color of the dress, the color of the suit, everything you can change. So everything is customizable in short. So it's a huge market in the world to create 3D characters, 3D models for. Uh, it's not only realistic models. You can have your own variation in the models also. How do you want to look your character like? So you can make it like look like cartoonish also. If somebody might have used the Apple, emojis there, you can use your own characters caricature type of thing to put on the messages. That's a one way of using the avatars online. So I think avatar point would be clear from there. Next is what are the areas that is being affecting. One of them is which is very useful is called NFT, non-fungible tokens. You can use it. You can use the avatar for online shopping also. For example, just one example of online shopping. The way right now you are doing the online shopping, that you just go to Amazon or Flipkart or any other website, you search for the product whatever you want to have, and that product you will see the images and options and types over there. So those types are there where you can buy the product. But what, for example, like I want to buy a sofa set, and that sofa set I want to see in my virtual place. So in future, what might happen? And I will not say what might happen. It would happen in the near future. You will be using a AR or VR glass, and you will be able to visualize your room, and then you can put yourself also on the sofa set, and we can drag the sofa set from the website, and then you can visualize yourself. It's not only about the furniture. You can use your own avatar over there, and that will be sitting on the sofa. So you'll get overall like the as realistic as possible environment for buying the product. So companies are like behind all of these technologies. They want to give the maximum close to the realistic experience for the customer, so that it will be easy for them to decide on the buying purpose. So it is used on the social media, it is used on the gaming, it is used on the device independence, it is used for the infrastructure also. For example, I have, let's say, open land, and I want to know how my new flat would look like. So I can wear my VR glasses, and uh, just submerge into my flat. Even I can walk my character, also walk my avatar inside the all the virtual set inside that. So there will be simple only land, but if I'm using the technology, I can see the entire flat and my character, my persona, myself as avatar entering into inside the flat and roaming around inside the flat. So it's got a huge potential because everything is going to be on the CGI. Future people won't be willing to going out for anything else. So that's how things can transform in the future. I have some references also, some videos. So in the short time, I will show that those also. So these are some of the career options that you will be going. You can go to 3D modeling and 3D texturing to create a low poly, and to texture those characters for the avatar, and how the avatars are inserted, how the characters are inserted inside the system, inside the app is called programming. So there are lots of opportunities to go for the development also in the programming student. Similarly, for example, you want your avatar to wave, wave to certain. You want to have some simple walking thing, some kind of some running, inside the virtual environment. Those are done through the 3D animation. So this is also one of the area. Similarly, for 3D game VFX and graphic design, also obviously the apps will be needing some graphic designing and some UI and UX designing. So that's one of the area where you will be useful for the industry and gaming VFX. For example, let's say I want to have I want my avatar to have, let's say, some kind of nowadays you are seeing the filters, many filters on the Insta, that your eyes can pop out, your hairs can change, and all those things. So those are the images. But what if you want to see them in the real world? You want to have virtual rain. Uh, let's say you want to visualize yourself. You are sitting on the open area where the lake is there, some forest area is there, and you want to feel the rain also. So there are some sensors are coming up in the future who would make you feel like you are actually on the forest area and near the lake, and rain is being telecasted through the virtually. So you will be able to hear the sound and feel everything. So in short, there are like technology is advancing to give you a detailed as close as the real world experience through these metaverse, through the AR way, through the VR way. So multiple technology will compile and combining to give you immersive experience. Uh, Now, if we talk about our university system, as per our university vision and mission, we are very much focused on what we would like to contribute to the society and to the industry also. So over here, as a multimedia vision is to be globally recognized as a premium multimedia design institute, which will provide creative and skilled professionals to the industry, who can play a leading role in conceptualizing and executing quality projects as freelancers, entrepreneurs, or employed professionals. So it will improve the overall well-being of the society, because when everybody is, or we say most of the people are employed, uh, 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 the society overall becomes better. If I talk about our mission is grooming creative design professionals with strong conceptual and practical skills, encouraging entrepreneurship by supporting students to undertake freelance projects. I'll talk about the freelance project later in detail. And also, we would like to have, as our mission, we like to have a training graduates in the latest technologies and skills to execute all stages of the project pipeline. Also, developing strong industry connect, because industry is useful. Industry is very, very important part of the curriculum. So developing strong industry connects for curriculum upgradation and training. At last, holistic development of graduates with leadership quality and professional ethics, because we do not want the student to make just an operator of the softwares. We want to incorporate higher order thinking also for the students. So for those purposes, holistic developments is important to instill inside the student. Uh, we have a global ranking for our university. As per the total ranking, LPU has been ranked 3 in the India. As per Times Higher Education Impact Factor global ranking, LPU is ranked among top 200 universities globally, and it is second in India. It's a very big thing, if you can understand. Second in India. As per NIF ranking 2021, LPU is ranked among top 100 universities and colleges, universities and colleges. As per G ranking, LPU ranked 11th best university in placement. So these are some of the ranking that you can see on your screen. Next, I would be continuing with the ecosystem of metaverse uh, as a futuristic career. So there are multiple companies, multiple organizations are doing so many things here. Well, if I talk about the metaverse platform called Yug Metaverse, I'll show some example also. A metaverse platform called Yug Metaverse. So it is focusing on virtual events. So many places where the people are not, either they are not able to go or they are not willing to go, because of the distance is very high. It's not feasible as per the time limitations. So they can attend the virtual events also, right? Formal Formal tutorial head India head Manish Maheshwari has launched Invent Metaversity. So entire university is coming up in the virtual world. TCS has launched and tie up with the Hangama Digital Arm Hefty Entertainment for Hefty Metaverse. So they will be showing, like, they will be, you can put your avatar inside virtual environment where you can listen to the songs, watch the videos in entirely in the digital world. So these are the couple of the examples that I just stated to you, and there are many new, every day new things are coming up. Somebody, generally people ask me, student inquiry, they ask me, what is the career perspective for this field? I would say, do you use apps? So they say yes. So I said, I always say, so do you think that apps uses is going to get bigger or smaller? So say now, sir, the apps are getting more and more. So it means you will get the work if your work is good as UX. Similarly, I say, do you watch 3D movies? They said yes. I said, do you watch VFX movies? They say yes. So do you think the movies will become less or more? So when the movies will become more, it means you need more people to create those assets, to create your characters, to create the environments. So if your work is good, definitely you can contribute to the society. Similarly for gaming also, when somebody say, sir, virtual gaming is picking up, so what is the use of 3D model for gaming? I said, if you watch the games, you play the games, you need characters for the games, and somebody need to be created those characters. It means somebody need to be there. Why you cannot be there? So if you see around yourself, entire thing is converting to virtual world, and virtual world is made of two things. First thing is 3D model, and after that, some texturing, some colors on those models. It can be a character, it can be environment. Apart from that, you need effects, and finally, you need some programming skills to put those models and characters into the virtual world through the apps or through the softwares. So that's how entire world is going to look like within a 5 year. Most of the things will turn virtual. We have seen already in the corona that how much Google Meet and Zoom has helped us to conduct daily meetings and live in the virtually work from home system. So this is some of the work that students have done. And it's entirely student work. No faculty has done anything in that. No. So this is entirely done by students. And it's a very detailed work, be it spaceship, be it car, be it gaming environment. Over here, you can see some characters, plantation also, some UI UX work, as explained in the video, some 3D work, some game environment over here. You see some app designing, some website designing, some student participation for the daily UI challenges. So all the artwork that you see is done through the students only, and some more work for the UI UX area. If I talk about the core strength of the department, it's a well-framed and updated curriculum, because the curriculum is the first thing that you need to be good. Then how do you teach is also very important. Then how do you evaluate the things, because whatever students have done need to be evaluated properly. Otherwise, all the work that students have done might go in the vain. Our learning focus comes on the 90% on the practical purpose and technical skills. We always focus on the strengthening foundation skills for drawing, sketching, creative thinking, and design processes. All value learn is a concept that we believe in, and we make sure we make it mandatory for the student to participate. What is this concept? I'll just explain it to you. That every after the second year onwards, the students are giving the projects as per their program scheme. So in those projects, one way is you can do completely freelance work, completely live projects, and make the money, earn the money from the websites. Definitely, faculty will help you in that. How do you get to those websites? How do you create the portfolio for the online work? How you can pitch for the work with the client? And 30% and 70% work you can do as a hypothetical project. So either you do completely freelance, or you do at least 30% freelance in your project, because there's some of the area which where you might not be very comfortable or confident about getting the work. So, but we cannot say that you can do completely project that is that is hypothetical. So at least 30% have to be done as a freelance work, and rest 70% can be hypothetical. So either the choice is 100% freelance or the 30% freelance, and that has paid lots of revenues for the students. In the next slides, I will be showing you our students who have become entrepreneur, who have opened their own businesses or on their startups also, by having the taste of this freelancing thing, all value learn concept. We also have active internship and placement support, and our students are regularly participating in the that I just mentioned to you, some freelance websites, freelancer.com, talenthouse.com, 19 Design, and Daily UI, etc. If I talk about the program, we have five major programs, five main programs, and three programs. Those are the BSc programs, are same as B Design till 3 year, and one more. Then we see the one more year as a B Design for the 4th year. There you get more internships and more projects. Okay, so we have BSc B Design Multimedia 3 and 4 year, BSc B Design Graphic 3 and 4 year, BSc B Design Gaming, that's also 3 and 4 year. So if you go to B Design, you will be spending 4 year. and vice versa. We have PG program, that's M Design Multimedia for 2 years with the specializations, and MSc Design program 2 years with the specializations. Next question might be, what is the difference between these two programs? So first difference is the eligibility criteria. For the M Design programs, students have to do B Design course in the design field. Then only you are eligible to apply for this program. But for the MSc Design program, those are the students who have done, let's say, BSc or BA, or maybe they have done BCom, but they want to get into this field because they think they are creative and they want to make a career out of this. So for those students who are from non-designing field, they can start and they can enroll for the MSc Design Multimedia. Other students who already have done something, who already have done focus foundation on the 3D, foundation on the design system, they can enroll for the M Design. So that's the main basic difference. So as you see here, multimedia is more towards 3D work and VFX. Graphic is more about graphic work, UI UX work, designing, printmaking, artwork, and gaming is more about obviously 3D is 3D also, VFX also, but more towards focus toward the gaming side rather than the film side. If I talk about the specialization minus, we have print design, UI UX design, 2D, 3D animation, asset design, VFX, game art, game design, programming. As a minus, we have dynamics, conceptual design, 3D visualization, gaming, graphic, and animation. So these are the summarized way I'm showing you here, where all the programming involved. So it's not only just one program; it's all the let's say 5 programs, 5 main programs, which gives you the option to select your specializations or minors. We have well-equipped labs where students do practice. They do the work in the studio, drawing studio, concept art studio, acting studio, AV hall where you can attend your seminars and meetings. We have project studios also. We have cameras, lots of cameras here. We have lights for the shooting purpose. We have VFX studio. We have green room also where you can shoot your VFX shot. If I talk about the job profiles are, I mean, these are just a couple of job profiles that you can see, but as the world is expanding, world is going virtual, new and every day new job profiles are coming up. So you just saw one that is metaverse, and all these skills are required to go to that particular virtual world. Also, you can become a 3D animator, 3D modeler, you can become matte paint artist, texture artist, graphic designer, web designer, editors, compositors like VFX artists. You can become visualizer, you can become match mover, roto artist, UI designer, UX designer. So limits is endless. Limit is only the sky. So you have to select whichever area you want it to go, and then you can just go into that. So these are our recruiters who have been recruiting our students regularly. You can see some of the very famous names: Technicolor, MPC, Greengold, Rockstar. You can see Tata Elxsi. You can see Anybrain, Famous Studio, Reliance Animation, Think Design, Capgemini, Amazon, Sony. So list is again for this also endless, and they have been hiring our students regularly. Uh, Top placement offer is one of the things that you might be interested much. Our student called Yashwant had got offer of 14 LPA in Optimizer as a designer for the UI UX. Our student Siddhant Tiwari from Video and Graphic has been working with the Lenskart as a brand experience design with a package of 8.5 LPA. Tanor Arora from BA Design working with the Lollipop Design as a senior UX designer at a packet of 7.8 lakhs. So this is couple of different placement figures that I'm showing you here. So that might excite you to join a career into animation. As I was talking about the earn value learn concept, this student Rajesh Saini has earned more than 1 crore in 4 years. He started doing the freelance by like working after the class hours over here. So then he got taste like, okay, if I can make, let's say, like 10 USD in a first time, why not I can make 100 USD? So similarly, he got interest, and then he had a team. He created a team. You can see this setup is his own setup. It's not an image. It is a setup, real setup that he has been working on. So it's not only one. You can also start thinking in this direction. You can have your own startup similarly in some time. This is some of the alumni placement and achievements that I just showed you the company name here also with the student name also. You can say Ivy, even job in Amazon, Digitas, Just Karan, Sheeparna and Connie, and Symbiosis, we have Gurneet. So the list is again going long and long. We have in Aristocrat we have Akashdeep who is working. Also, if I talk about the detail, how somebody have this is a figure because figure is very important as a proof. So you see at top is the Rajesh Saini, then Karan Soni, Vishal is there. We have student called Shivans, and you see the figures over here. So figures will be helping them to decide a career in this. So it's not only about the learning and learning. You can make money while also doing the freelance here. So these are some of the projects that students have worked in the industry. Students have worked with the Godzilla. His name is Pushpam Kumar. Manish has worked with the GTA. You might have seen the GTA. Then you have Green Gold animation like Chota Beam and Mighty Beam. Spandana has worked in this one. Lawrence has worked on the Red Dead Redemption. So with these words, I would say thank you for having your time, giving your time to to look our presentation. And if you have any query, definitely you can ask us. But before you have query, I would have to show some of the videos which are relevant with the metaverse. Okay. Let me open my file here. So you can see some of the videos. I'll just play them quickly so it will be easy for you to understand. It's IPL. So just give me a second. So you can see it here. The guy who is wearing a VR goggle here, and you can see the same virtual world. He is being transferred to virtual world also on this area where my mouse is right now. See, he's having sticks in his hand. He's having sensors. So when he's revolving, you can see this guy who is also present. So you see, all the three people are in the virtual environment, and they're in the real world also. So this is one of the way that Titans have launched their LPU. They have launched their IPL logo in the virtual world. So everything is floating logo. Everything is here. It's all you can see it name also. So has point of view what this guy Sohail name Sohail is seeing in front of him. Is over here. See, so all the data has been transferred into the virtual world, so it looks like you are inside this with your avatar. So this is the avatar that you see that I'm talking about. You can use your own photo also. You can make your give the different avatar also, like how do you look like. See it here. So all three people who are in virtual world also in the real world also. Okay, so this is the world in the real world, and they are streaming themselves into the virtual world. So as you see, so this is the entire virtual world. And so one of more example, different example I show you. This is again avatar I'm talking about. It is entirely virtual universe where Cadbury launched their product. So everything is virtual world. Can you see this? Entire thing in virtual world. And that's an ad that Cadbury is showing in a scene. See, in a virtual world with the avatar. You can see the balloons are there, the table is there. So they're on moon, they're having a moon date. Then Tanishq also launched the metaverse. Metaverse. So entire collection is on the metaverse. And see the names are also mentioned with them. So these are names which are the real name, but they converted themselves with the avatar, virtual characters. You can see the names are, so they are all there together in the virtual world. Star Sports Metaverse is here. See all the virtual world. Last but not the least, yes. See here, this is a company Trace which is having all the metaverse characters, and the app name is called Buddy, avatars for the metaverse. See, all these characters are being created. They need to be created. So you need 3D models, you need character artists, you need concept artists for them. You need app developers who can put these characters inside this system. See that you can take a photo, create the avatar. So face is there, but everything else is CGI. So face is real. You can change the character property, you can change the dress color, everything. So, we're talking about the animation. So these are the animations which are predefined. So I hope this has given you some brief about the metaverse system. So with these words, I would be saying if you have any question. And Rahul sir, I think you have been working with the industry also. You have been doing freelance also. So what do you think where this technology will take us in the future?
Yes, definitely. That as per my experience, that whatever we are doing right now is as saying that motion graphics is there. We are going to we are creating a lot of motion graphics videos for different brands and companies. But technology is now taking place. People need more interaction with the things. If I talk about if I'm presenting any kind of product, but if person can feel it and touch it virtually at same time when he is just learning about that thing, that will be really wonderful. So these kind of technology is giving an extra edge to our motion graphics or animation or whole multimedia world, I believe.
Have any I would say suggestions for the upcoming students who are taking admission, coming to the industry? Any tips
Yes,
that you'd like to give?
the thing is that students should be updated with the things which is coming, because if you'll be stick at the same thing again and again, and it will be vanish in some years and the new things will come. Now, as you discussed that the AR VR is now taking like place in the market. So this kind of technology, or we can say the motion capture is there. So these kind of technologies, if you are updating with these all things, that your value will be increased in the market. Otherwise you will be vanish in the market, like the other people will like now grab new things, but you will be lacking in these kind of things. So this is very important to get updated with the things and the technology which is going on in the market.
I think I'm done for the session. Lubiji, you can proceed for the next step.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your vision, and thank you so much, Mr. Rahul Lamba, sir, for sharing your experience with the attendees today. So, yes, sir, we have few queries from our attendees. With your permission, can we take up those queries?
Yep, yep, yeah, sure, ma'am.
All right, sir. So, there is a query from Ashish Bhardwaj. He wants to know about BE design undergrads, what kind of exposure they'll get in the university and what kind of jobs they'll get after the completion of the program.
I would say it is not about because program is very big. Program is like it is multimedia, BSc multimedia. Whatever you see in the real world, whatever I just showed in all these presentations, that's all 3D and everything can be done while you have learned this program B or B or BSc design multimedia, because that caters the need of 3D modeling, VFX, and texturing. So whatever you saw in those videos are the characters, the avatars. Characters need to be made by someone. So it means obviously that there is a job role of 3D modeler. Then you need to have the colors on the cloth. You need to have some patterns on the cloth. It means you have a job of 3D character artist or 3D shading artist, texturing artist. Those need to be animated also. So it means you have the role of animations also. So only and only, as I said earlier, also sky is the only limit. As good as your portfolio, you can venture into all the uncharted territories, and you can definitely make your mark in those areas.
Definitely,
I
sir.
think this
Sky
all.
is the limit. Yes, sir. So, sir, we'll take up another query from Rishan. Rishan Aziz. He wants to know that, I don't know, sir, in what context he's asking, but he's asking about, does India is safe for animation jobs?
India is what?
India is safe for animation job.
Okay. India is safe for the animation job. I think his question is more like, do we have enough jobs in India for animation? I think this is what he wanted to say. I would say jobs were always there and they always will be there as long as you are good enough. Because it's a skill-based area. You cannot just learn theoretically things and say job. Because I have seen many my one of many of my old students also. They say even they launch their campaigns also, I would say, against some institutions that they are not able to provide the jobs. But when I contacted them on the Facebook, I said, please share your portfolio with me so I'll get you the job. Most of them did not have the portfolio, and some of them who had the portfolio did the job. The work was so pathetic that even I would not give the job, leave the big companies itself. So the portfolio is your you can see, for example, somebody want to go to modeling. So what is your core skill? That's called your portfolio. Same here also in the creative industry. If the portfolio is not good enough, and it's not only important to create it once. You need to constantly updating it also. If you do not update your portfolio for let's say even for 6 months also, so but industry will go very far. So as long as I want to say to this student, this person, that India is always safe, not only for the animation. I think he meant with the animation industry, not only the animation skill. So it is safe for the animation industry as long as you are able to produce the quality work. And why I would say why do we aim India? Why we do not talk about Pixar and Disney? Why only talk about India? Because if you work it good enough, everything is linked right now. By sitting at your home, sitting on your bed, you can apply for the Pixar internship. So I think the only skill that you need is your networking as well as your portfolio. And I don't think that you should aim whoever is the name. I think you should aim only for the India. You should aim for the foreign. Why to stay in India if your work can get you a job in foreign, let's say in MPC, in Vancouver, anywhere else. So it is completely safe. To be short in my answer, as long as your work is good, there's no limit where you can get the job. I think this solves and this helps the question.
Definitely, sir. Thank you so much. So we'll take up another query, and that is, Mr. Rahul Lamba, for you. Attendee wants to know that what kind of skill to be gained apart from the academics to be successful. in the future?
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, the skills which we required apart from the academics, that is actually definitely that will be creativity. Means if in our field, a lot of people thinks that if I learn some particular software, I will start earning. So we are not going to make, or we don't have to be a software operator actually. We have what kind of thing we are creating from that software actually. Means if I learn Photoshop, or if I learn Maya or Cinema 4D or Substance Painter, that means if I know the tools only, that will be a problem. Then you will be limited to the things. But if you know that I have a creativity, I can create a number of things with that thing. So creativity is the most the highest thing which is required in this field. Then your visualization, on what limit you can think. An example, if I'll say that we usually say dogs with their tails. Okay, but if I have a concept where my character is a dog but with a straight tail, something different. So visualization and different thinking and creative thinking is the main thing in our field. Either we will talk about the gaming or multimedia or graphics. So that is the main thing required apart from academics and all.
So thank you, sir. So as you were the part of this curriculum, you were the part of this course as a student. Can you tell us, a student, what kind of major issue you have faced during this course, and how LPU faculty have assist you or facilitate you with the solutions?
Major things which we faced that time when I was studying, that was definitely the portfolio. It was the portfolio, which is a main thing for in our company, in our field. The company asks for portfolio first, then they ask for degrees. But here, there, we faced a difficulty for the portfolios, how to set up my portfolio, whether I'm into post production or film editing or visual effects. Then our faculty gave a clear pathway that how to manage it, how to create it, and how to present in the front of company. Company is not looking that you have to do 100%. They're just looking for some percentage that you can do at your end and your skills also. If you are able to achieve that thing, definitely they will call out for the interviews and the technical test for that. So that is a main challenge, but university has handled in a very good way, and it gives a clear path for that.
Thank you so much, sir. So attendees, LPU faculty will be there with you at each and every step. You need not to worry about your future. You need not to worry about your curriculum.
Yes, I've been in the other places also. I'm not doing the names, but I've experienced in other places also. They actually they just teach you the software and that's it. They don't care about your career and placement and all. But here, some specific, a very dynamic system is there, which will help you at every phase from the first semester to the last semester. If you understand, if you know how to take advantage from that thing, then it will be wonderful for you.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your experience. And so, Sandeep sir will take up the last but not the least question. This question is very interesting. So, I want to take up this question. So, sir, there is a graphic designing in the courses of related to journalism, and graphic designing is here in multimedia courses also. So, what kind of difference is there? Can you please
Uh,
enlighten our attendees?
Rubiji, graphic design in multimedia courses offered as a minor area, and graphic designing in graphic design program itself is offered as a core area. For example, just give one example. Somebody is willing to go for, let's say, he is enrolled for a multimedia program, but let's say when he works in the company, and that company, let's say, create the models. Okay, so and we just take the same example of this metaverse, and those models are put on the apps. So you need somebody to design those apps. Okay, so if some person who's having core skills of 3D character creation and secondary skills of creating designs over the apps, so he will be preferred first. He will get the faster, I would say, results. He will be getting faster promotions because he is more skilled than the others. So secondary skill or as a minor skills always help to the student. So that's a difference, that graphic is always a secondary as an option, as a minor area in the multimedia program, but as a major area because in the graphic design program itself, you get more options to go for the graphic. Because graphic is an area name, but there are under that, there are specializations also. You can go to UI, UX, you can go to print designing, you can go to DTP, you can go to let's say core printing also. So there are multiple areas that you can pick up as specializations, right? So in short, in multimedia you get as a minor, but as a program of graphics you get as a major. I hope this answers the question.
Definitely, sir. Thank you so much for resolving all the queries of our attendees. And now we'll quickly move to our admission expert, Mr. Pankaj Sharma. So, sir, over to you for the admission part of the university.
Very good evening. Before we start up with the presentation, I would like to brief you a little bit about the university first, then we'll proceed with the presentation. See, basically, if you talk about LPU, we are India's largest private university in terms of area and number of students on a single campus. And if you talk about university, we have only one campus in India, and that is situated in Jalandhar in Punjab. And this campus is spread over more than 600 acres of land. So it's a huge campus. And if you talk about strength, we have more than 30,000 students who are studying here, and they are from 50 different countries. So you can very well imagine that people from 50 different countries are coming to one single campus. That shows that we are far better in terms of placements which we are giving to the students, the faculties we have, the practical knowledge we are giving, and of course the curriculum which we are designing, right, for the students from their very first semester. So along with that, if I talk about the infrastructure, right, we have our own mall within the campus, then we have a hospital there, we have separate hostel facilities for boys and girls, we have a huge indoor stadium, the banks are there, then ATMs, post office, means each and every facility which a student needs in day-to-day life is available within the campus itself. Now coming to the presentation part, right, if I talk about the very first slide shows and tells us the laurels brought by the students of LPU, that 13 LPU students who participated in the Tokyo Olympic Games in 2020, they participated, and 10% of the Indian Olympic participants were from LPU, which is a big achievement. And you know the people on the screen that yes, Neeraj Chopra who brought laurels to not only LPU but to the country itself by winning gold medal in the individual event, and along with that hockey team captain and other participants are students from LPU. Then another achievement, LPU team lifts runner-up trophy at Khelo India University Games, and Honorable Home Minister Mr. Amit Shah along with the Sports Minister Mr. Anurag Thakur, they awarded the runners-up trophy to LPU team at Khelo India University Games. Then of course talking about the rankings, right? If I talk about Times Higher Education Impact Rankings, and that too of 2022, so LPU has been ranked at 74th position globally, which is a very big achievement. And if I talk about the Times Higher Education World University Rankings of 2022, we have been ranked at 36th position among the top universities of India. And this includes both government as well as private universities. And if I talk about the subject-wise rankings, we are second in business and economics, 8th in clinical and health, 9th in computer science, and 10th in engineering and life sciences. Another ranking, which is Atal ranking of institutions on innovation achievements, we stand at 3rd position in India. And now discussing about the campus life and the exposure offered. So the very first slide says that yes, our Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi, he was the one who inaugurated Indian Science Congress in 2019. He was at our campus at LPU, and none other than His Holiness Dalai Lama, he was at our campus at LPU in one of the events. Then of course, if you see on the screen, there were two former presidents, Indian president and Afghanistan president, who presided over on one of our convocation. Then of course, late finance minister of India, Shri Arun Jaitley. He was the one who has started the LPU startup school. And of course, Gohar Gopal Das, the spiritual guru, he was there at our campus, and he shared his views and experiences with our students and faculty members. None other than the Bollywood icon Shah Rukh Khan and Deepika Padukone, they have been part of their visits at LPU campus. Then, of course, Dhoni, everybody knows him. He was there at our LPU campus, and he shared his life experiences with our students. Then, of course, the infrastructure part, right? On the screen, you can see the 14 blocks back to back, including the library, and of course, the auditorium, which has a capacity of 2,500 people. Then this is the mall which we have within the campus itself. Then this is the inside view of the mall. Then we have fully automated library. Then some other recreational facilities available with us, like the bowling area, the gymnasium, and other things. And of course, as I told you earlier, we have a full-fledged hospital there within the campus, which is a 25-bedded hospital with a dental chair for the benefit of the students and the faculty members. Then we do have a very big indoor stadium where we have an Olympic-sized swimming pool, and of course badminton, volleyball, basketball, and of course a gun shooting range also available within our indoor stadium. This is the panoramic view of our campus and the night view. So now quickly moving to the other part, that if somebody is interested to join a program, so what will be the pathway? So you need to go to our website, which is lpu.in, right? On the very first page, you will find a tab where it is written admissions. You click on this tab. Under this tab, you will find the details of the program. So you have to search it accordingly, according to your qualification and your area of interest. So any person who is looking for after 12th programs, they'll click on this icon, and the ones who are looking after graduation and after post graduation and doctoral programs. So let us click on this particular. We'll take one particular example. So we'll click on regular programs, right? And today, Pavitra sir, Sandeep sir, and Rahul sir has rightly discussed the details about the multimedia. So of course, we'll go for that multimedia programs only. So on this screen, you can see that there are different programs. So accordingly, as per the area of interest of the student, a student can click on that particular. So today we were discussing about multimedia and animation design. So I'll just quickly let you know about the details. So in undergraduate, we have BScs, design multimedia, design graphics, design gaming, and of course B design, which is a 4 years degree into then we do have a graphics also and a gaming also, right? So these are, let's say you're interested in particular program, you'll just quickly click on this and you will have a glimpses of all the details about the program, that what is the eligibility criteria. Like in this case, you need to have 50% aggregate marks in 10+2 with English as a compulsory subject, and of course you need to qualify our test, which is LPU Nest, or UC, which is a national level test, or undergraduate NID prelims or undergraduate NIFT. Either of these tests are mandatory, either LPU Nest or UC or NID prelims or NIFT undergraduate test, right? Along with 50% aggregates in 10+2. So then we can have a look at the curriculum part from here, from the website. Like if somebody wants to go to details of the curriculum year wise, so in the very first year we have
Attendees, we will be soon joined by our admission expert. So here he is.
So I'm so sorry. Right now, this is regarding. Am I audible, Ruby ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're perfectly audible.
Okay, right. I'm so sorry. The battery was off, so this suddenly it got shut off. Now, in the very first year, right now, there are two terms, autumn term and spring term. So student can go in detail about the program, right? So what all will be taught in the terms in the first semester and second. Then of course, coming to the fee part, which is very important. So the fee for one particular semester, which is 6 months, is 1,20,000, and we are giving very good scholarships. So there are different categories through which a student can win scholarship, right? So the very first category is on the basis of our test, which is called LPU nest. Now we can just take an example. Let us say that a student has already appeared for the test and even the result is out. So in that case, if the student's result falls in cutoff 3, bracket 3, the student will get 28% scholarship and the applicable fee will be 86,400 per semester. Similarly, if we talk about his other category, if the student falls in bracket 2, the scholarship will be 38% and the fee will be 74,400. And of course, if the student falls in bracket 1, he or she will get 48% scholarship and the applicable fee will be 62,400 per semester. So that means the scholarship slabs which are applicable on the basis of LPUNES test or any other categories at present are 28%, 38% and 48%. There are other categories also, like on the basis of 12th percentage, a student can win scholarship. For example, if the percentage in 12th falls between 80% to 89.99, student will get 28% scholarship. If the percentage falls between 90 to 94.99, student gets 38% scholarship. And of course, if the percentage is 95 and above, 48% scholarship will be given to the students. Of course, we do provide scholarship on the basis of national level test also, like USEED. So we look for the rank, which should be between 2001 to 3000, or NID main percentile, which should be from 40 to 49.99, or it can be NIFT rank from 6001 to 7500. So that shows there are different categories through which a student can win scholarships. But you need to remember one thing, that you will be provided only one scholarship, and that too which is highest. Right? One scholarship will be given to the student and that too which is highest, but the one which you get in the very first semester, that gets carried forward for the complete program. Now quickly I'll just let you know that how you should apply for this LPUNES test. So you need to go to our portal, which is admission.lpu.in. So on the very first page, you will find there is a form which a student has to fill by giving the basic information, the name, contact number, email ID and other details. You fill the details, you will submit it, and immediately the system will send a link to the mobile number also and to the email ID also, which a student has filled in that form. So you'll click on that link, you'll further fill the details which are asked on your screen, you'll save it and continue, and you'll reach the dashboard of the site, which is admission.lpu.in. There you will find an orange color tab where it will be written LPUNEST application. So accordingly, you click on that tab, you will fill the details step by step, and after paying the fee of LPUNEST, which is 1,000 for boys and 500 for girls, you have to book the slot also. The student has an option to book the slot for the exam, and accordingly they will be applying and they'll be fixing that date and time of the exam, and can appear for the exam while sitting at home, because nowadays we are conducting this a proctored test from home, right? So they need not have to go to any exam center to appear for this entrance test. They can appear while sitting at home. So quickly, I'll just go through the details of this admission dates. Like the last date to apply for LPU Nest application is 30th June. So they need to rush up immediately, and the slot booking should be done, and the exams will be held till 5th of July. Once the exam is over, student will get a result within 48 hours from the date of the exam, and immediately they'll have to proceed for the admission part. Right. Now, apart from this, I would like to tell you a little bit about the details of the webinar also, right? So you have to go to the same website. You click on this admission part. On the extreme right, you will find a tab where it is written LPU's Edu-Fair webinars. You click on this and you will find the webinars which are upcoming webinars and the ones which have already been completed. So accordingly, if you find any suitable webinar related to your course or your area of interest, you can directly go to the details and can have a look up about all the webinars. So these are the links. So you can see from here, you click on this. So upcoming webinars. So these are the upcoming webinars. The topics are mentioned. So accordingly, you can go through the details. Right. So last thing part, I would request the attendees to just have a look on the screen. Right. So anybody who wants to visit and have the details, they need to go to our website, which is www.lpu.in. And this is the email ID. You can send your details here if you want to know anything related to your program, your fee structure, or if you are interested for admission, just drop a mail at admissions@lpu.co.in, or you can just call us on these numbers, which are 01824 517 000 404404. Thank you so much. All the best, and over to Ruby ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir, for the detailed information about the admission part. And now I would like to express my appreciation to the experts for their valuable contribution to our webinar on high-profile career options in multimedia. So we'll conclude today's webinar, and my deepest gratitude goes to all who attended this webinar and helped to make it such a successful one. And experts, I'm sure your years of experience will definitely help the audience to find a right path. So I, Ruby Gill, finally sign off the session. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Ruby ji.
Thank you, sir.